What's going on, team? It looks like we are hanging in there. We went for a second like we were going to go back into the range and bounce right off of that, right back up there to 389. Will we close up here towards the 390? Will the SPY hang in there just until CPI? Are some people betting to the upside? Let's find out right here on At the Close.
All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
Three consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
Joel.
Mitch, how you doing?
Normally I tell you to do the rundown. Did you take a look at GME right now?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no. Who got this started? Who's moving the GME bus here? What's going on? There's a lot of volume there too. So I'll look to see if there's some news there. I know our chat usually all over this. So definitely looks like we're getting a little bit of a push here. I'm not seeing some news hit the tape, but if you guys see anything that would be pushing this move, please let us know. GME getting a little bit of a lift, but we can just save that for a little bit later. Let's go back to the rundown and do things the right way.
Okay, all right. I did see Triple BY moving earlier today off whatever news it had. So maybe it's just one of those kind of days. But man, choppy day in the S&Ps. I think I got to give a heads off to Triple D this morning. He was looking to buy the dip in this choppy session today. Never took out that pre-market low, as Mitch mentioned, that is in the area of the top of the trading range. Let me get that nasty GME chart off there. As you can see, we came in back to this 3,900 area, found support above the pre-market low, sprung up to 3,750, folks. Nothing there for you. What we will be focusing in on here for the remainder of the day will be an improvement on that Friday close. Friday's close 15 and a half. Yesterday's close 1375. That's a double close on your way up. Right now, we'd be improving on that high of the move right now with the close right here up 16 handles at 3929.75. Still 27 minutes remaining in the session. The buck off the lows of the session, up 25 cents at 102.99. Kind of a quiet day after getting ripped apart in the last two sessions. Your bonds, they're down a stick and a half at 128.13. Crude, one of its quietest days in a while to even have a $2 range, a little over a $2 range, up 49 cents at 75.12. Gold has 1900 in its sights, up 480 at 1882.60. Silver, it's going the other way. Could even get to 24 today, up or down a dime at 23.77. And Bitcoin futures, they're just walking their way up. They're not running, but they're walking their way up through the 17,000 handle. The futures, as we speak, are up $275 at 17,500. Florida mentioned Netflix. I did see that super higher. News me on Netflix, Mitch.
Oh, that one's going to be hard. I mean, I think we're having a lot of stocks run today off of not much news, but here, of course, Goldman Sachs maintained a sell rating on the stock, but raised price target from 200 to 225. Is that the reason why it's going up? I don't know, guys. I don't know. To me, it just seemed like today was just that type of risk off type of day. A lot of stocks were making big moves up. And I looked at, our good old friend Kathy Wood to take a look to see if it was kind of growth names overall. You could see a lot of growth names getting a nice little push today. Of course, one that we look at often, Unity, as one of those stocks that was continuing a lift. Saw this yesterday that it was starting to push. Today back towards 3076, 6.22% from the open.
The letter U and we're trading up here. I think the U.S. Air used to be the letter U too when I traded that 100 years ago. I'll look at you for you because you mentioned it. And you're coming back up a nice rounding bottom after a takedown coming at the end of the year with that tax loss selling. Do we have clear skies up to 3183? That was your December 15th high. So far, you haven't reached that in today's session as the 3087 is your high. This is just, wow, $6 off that low that you had on Tuesday, 24.69. So nice move in Unity as people just are crawling their way back into some of these growth stocks. As I was looking at the Netflix, it's almost back here at its high of the move. High of the move back in December at 332.72. You haven't reached that yet. 29.35 is your current high. But what is going to be good news here for shareholders of the issue is that if we can maintain this close at 326.52, that's going to be the high close of this rebound by almost $6. So not a new high for the move, but a new closing high.
All right. And like always, I think one of the most impressive moves as of late has been the moves up. Of course, all you got to do is just cut some of your workforce and maybe you'll get a little up move as Coinbase getting that little up move there. Of course, this is already following an 18% staff reduction in June. My only outlook is, yeah, this might make sense in the short term because you're cutting some costs, but in the long term, doesn't this kill some of the growth?
You and Triple D are out tomorrow. You guys are officially laid off. I'll be running the show by myself.
Buy PreMarket Prep, I say.
This one, do you know that this stock hit 31.56 on last Friday? Matched a double bottom at the low of the move. Prior low of the move was 31, I believe, 88. We were looking at this. This was a stock. Well, this is the pre-market prep stock of the day. We were talking about this. Triple D not too interested on the long side as he took that haircut in it. But when I was looking at it, my comments were, well, it was trading in the red just a little bit. So on a day when a company, has a good day, $5 up move, you got, I don't know how they're interpreting the news, good news or bad news. Actually, it's probably bad news that they're laying out the company, but they like to look at it as good news, as cutting costs. It opened lower, 37.76, immediately made a 37.74 low. Now, if you waited for it to get through the close, and probably the only way that you could catch that was with a buy stop. This 15-minute bar here was actually a 10-minute bar when it ripped up to 42.40. So catching that on a buy stop, pull back intraday, now on its way back up. I mean, what are the fundamentals saying? For this company, not much, but having a good day anyways. Next target on the upside. Let's see here. You had, well, now it's above your 41.90 low from the 14th, but well below your December 13th high at 46.33. So good day here, good 2 days. Really adding $9 over 2 days. That's huge on a percentage basis. So Coinbase back. Well, it's off the low of the move. Really off the high of the move. The all-time high. I looked at this too when I was doing my article. This opened up its first day at 381, shot and made this all-time high of 429.54. Weakened to end the session at 320, 325. And do you know that after that, it spent not one, not three, but 2 days with a higher closing price than its IPO price? And then y'all know what happened from there. So, back in those crazy days in 21, I mean, I don't even want to figure 50% retracement. Who knows what this would take it to? I don't know, maybe a 10% retracement. But right now, Coinbase not having a bad day.
All right, let's keep going. Let's go to one that we didn't talk too much about this morning, but it did continue. Soterra Health shares as this SHC, not a company that I talk about often, of course, but it's in the billions in the market cap here. It was getting the move after announcing a settlement of some litigation in Illinois, and it continued into the intraday. As you guys can see, not a bad little move there in the 15-minute, bounced right off the VWAP, starting to make its way back to the intraday high.
Yeah, tough chart here. They got the news, and this is sustainable. I would just keep an eye on today's action. A lot of people that were had a position say, hey, 17, 16, 17, 18 bucks, good enough for me. Big volume jump too on the big day. I don't know. Can we get follow through 1779? I think maybe what the Bulls would look forward for tomorrow or over the next couple days is a little bit of consolidation. Show that you can hold these lows here, then punch your way through that current high 1779. Your next high is in over 20 bucks. Longer term, if you're looking for a good level, keep an eye on 2030, 2030, 2035 for Soterra Health. That split your highs from July and August of last year. So holding the gains for now.
A little sneaky little one that I wanted to actually start holding, but I got cut out on some support as of late in early December. Now it's starting to get even higher than when I had it. American Airlines. Fly, baby, fly. Is this going to be one of the trades for the years that we will be looking back and being like, man, those went down the pandemic lows close to it. We should have been maybe looking at these airlines. I don't know. It's interesting.
Do you do that when you see, like, you know what that's from?
Is that Angels in the outfield?
It's a professional team.
What? Oh, the Fly Eagles fly?
Yeah.
All right. I like the Angels in the outfield better.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's no. When I see people in the airport or something, they're wearing an Eagles shirt. I always do that. You know, the little Eagle. My sister is a big Eagles fan. I get mad at her about it. She actually cheered against the Eagles when they played the Patriots in the Super Bowl. I didn't talk to her for a while after that. But this is an interesting setup here. Boy, we haven't looked at the airlines. I know Jar Jar was asking me about the cruise line stocks, but look what you got going on here. You got kind of near the pandemic low, but look at all this congestion here on the monthlies. I made it nice and big for you. These are kind of formations I like. 1542, your July high of last year. Then you had a high 1571. You backed off. 1518 was your November high. 1518 is your January high as we speak. But it's trying. It's pushing. It's trying to get above there. So I would look for a breakout here to the upside. If you can establish a 15 bid, your next high, monthly high, comes in at 1810. And you know what? I saw Delta out of the corner of my eye. That's a monthly, but you know what? That monthly is probably not as pretty. Let's go to the daily in the Delta. That's my favorite airlines. Let's see how Delta looking good on the dailies. Wow. Ooh, that's a big move from 33 to 38. Delta looking good. United Airlines, look at these airlines. They're all moving together. How come we didn't bring these stocks up a couple days ago? JETS, Jets on fire too, folks. Why are we not looking at these stocks? Holy, Jets is in an important level.
I was early. That's what happens.
man. 1915 for the Jets. This is a big move. I don't know where you're going to stop here. This is up days, man. This is your ETF of the year right now. The Jets. What else do we have? Love. Is Love recovering from?
Even Love getting a little bit of a bounce back.
You know what? This thing always comes back. It's just like, did you have those little balloons when you were a kid? Or they weren't that big, but they had the sand in the bottom.
Yeah.
And you could punch them and they would come back up. Did you have one of those?
Oh, yeah, definitely. A little like when you rock them and they just come swinging right back.
Yeah.
Oh.
My dad, my parents got it to get the energy out of me. You know what? But you know what I did? I shouldn't tell you. I took a knife to it. I took
This
it out.
guy.
Yeah,
Joel,
it didn't bounce back anymore after that.
Joel
Uh,
I know you had girls, but God only knows if you had a boy.
All right, S&Ps are perking up too here, going back for the highs of the session. That's 37.50. I don't have anything up for you there at 37.50. So we'll see. Yesterday's high, boom, 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 way up at 73 and a quarter. That's it. Monday's high, 39.73 and a quarter. That's a big old target. On the upside, since we're sticking with the travel and the leisure, they Carnival Cruise Lines cruising towards $10. Nice move on the upside. RCL. Why aren't we looking at these stocks? Nice clean uptrends. Up,
Right?
open, high, high near the low. Up, open, high. Next day's low near the high. Up. Look at this stair step fashion. Do we got a date with $60 here? In RCL, NCLH, Norwegian, same thing, not as impressive. Boy, oh boy, Mitch. Timing, good call, bad timing. Sorry you missed out.
It's how it is sometimes. And I think that one thing that we can think about is these stocks are stocks that would potentially go down in a recession, right? If recession
Ooh.
concern is all that's out there, right? And when we take a look at the banks, right? Look at JPM.
How long I've been talking about JP Morgan? How long? That's the only way I could fight you bears off last week.
Yeah, you've
Triple
been
T coming
fighting.
at me hard last Thursday when I wasn't feeling well. But I think I went toe to toe with them. I tried to hang in there. And then one of the reasons I was hanging in here is like, if we're going into recession, which I don't see in my own eyeballs, everyone else may, but I see this stock just not going down. Now, oh boy, this is so many highs here. 38.88 yesterday's high, 38.72, then 38.38. And your monthlies here. I don't have my new retracement tool yet, but looks like you're over the 50% here. What is going on with JP Morgan?
I mean, that doesn't show me signs for recession. That shows me keep the interest rates high so we can make some money. But we'll have to wait and see what's going on there. Definitely don't think the banks are mad about getting some interest rates a little bit higher, as at least JP Morgan since pretty much October
Look at
13th.
this.
That's a 36% move.
Yes.
You don't get that often in banks. Let's just be honest. You don't get 30-40% returns that often in banks, right?
What a
At least the bigger name ones, right?
Look
Maybe
at
some
Wells
smaller
Fargo.
name.
Wells Fargo, no can do. Different looking chart. Bank America, that's coming. That's got a quad low. Should have been paying more attention to that one this morning. Bank America doing what Bank America
Ooh.
does. Look at all the buyers under 34. 321, that was low on the first day of the year. 383, 358, 354, 371, 364 today. Multiple closes in this $34 area. Don't sleep on Bank of America ahead of earnings, filled its gap. It didn't really have a gap, but interesting. It made nowhere near that went from 50 to 30. Why not go to $40 for Bank of America? Why not get a 50% retracement? I am talking to myself into being bullish this one, just off that JP Morgan chart. How's Goldman? Goldman came out with some news yesterday, right?
It
There was
has that
good news.
nice 350 now.
Yeah, it's got 350 on the mind. How is your Morgan Stanley? Ooh, that's coming into an important area. Three highs in the same area. Who was the one that said, "Oh, we're not going to give you redemptions this month, but we're going to do it next month"?
BlackRock.
BLK?
Yeah.
Was it BlackRock? No, or it was Blackstone. I think it was.
It might have been Blackstone. Yeah, it might have been
Yeah.
Blackstone. There you go.
Buy the dip. Look at that. They gave out all that bad news and all that consolidation under 75. Spoos are making a run here, folks. Watch your offers. Your offers are probably getting lifted here. We're trying to go up to the high of the day at 37.50 as we enter the final 10 minutes. I just hope it wasn't like buy stops here, and like, oh, buy stops, this front run to buy stops, because usually those moves don't work out as well. Up 21 and a half handles. Good day for the market after just an ugly afternoon, an ugly pre-market. But this is one of the days where that pre-market, that after hours, was BS. It was faded those early sellers, and we are going to make a high of the day here momentarily.
All right, let's talk about it. I mentioned it on pre-market prep this morning after you left, Joel, but Microsoft, right? And so everybody's, we always have like the sexy word of the year, right? For a while, it was the metaverse, right? And that was last year's word, right? Well, this year's word, Joel, is just going to be all about AI and that chat GPT AI that Microsoft invested into now. It did get a big valuation today. Looks like that got put out from Microsoft today. And I think that you're going to just start seeing a lot of stocks just start mentioning about AI. And
So
that
tell me
might
about it.
become
Is
the
it just
big
what
word.
is that just what it is? Is like you say something into it and you chat into it and
It
it
has a lot
creates.
of capabilities. I
Okay.
will say that it has a lot of capabilities. And one thing that it goes to show me is that I just think about it a little while back, right? I don't know if you guys can remember the first time we started really getting these kind of AIs like Alexa and on Apple, what it's Siri and stuff like that. And for a while, it was more along, let me talk to it and it give me information, right? Well, now the new AIs are a little bit even more advanced, right? It's not just let me talk to it and get a simple answer. It's do work for me on the AI, do research for me on the AI, do different things. And so now you got to understand a little bit more about coding to use these AIs. But
Yeah.
in the long run, I mean, this is where we're going to, right? We want things done for us. We are definitely an animal of kind of moving closer and closer to anything that makes things easier, right? And a lot of that goes into tech. So AI is going to be a big focus this year. Whoever you hear mentioning it, keep an eye on it because I think that's going to be kind of the sexy word that's thrown around all year long. And you will be seeing different kind of events, I think, even talking about how this is happening. You'll see. Just put it into Google on Chat GPT and look how much videos, look how much talk is out there right now. It's insane.
Well, have you ever done it? Have you ever like
I'll tell you right now, even here at Benzinga, we're all figuring out ways to use it. And even people that are running like social media, even people that are running media, books, different things that are being pulled out of this AI. It's definitely going to be a game changer. Now it's just more along how do you use it to benefit yourself
and
or a brand.
it's a private company right now, correct?
Yeah, and it just got invested into by Microsoft. So
It says, yeah, Chat GPT parent. As I don't know about that name, but
yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the name, but hey, I'll tell you right now. Once you get people all starting to talk about it, it's usually when you start seeing the rise. And then by the time we might all know about how to use it, could be a little bit of a turnaround. But pay attention, team. We'll see what happens with AI.
all right, Mr. Softy, really not. I mean, it's been it got sacked by UBS last week. But looking at it right now, let's see, it backed $3 off its high, but if it could clear 31 and a quarter, it's got some upside. S&Ps, we were calling for a new high, and it just made it.
No worries, no worries. We'll get you
Sorry
back.
about that. Yep, sorry about that. Just made a new high, 39 even, inching up to the close. But let's mark a 3-star here across the board for Microsoft at the pair of highs from Monday and Tuesday, and $3 off that high. Microsoft up a buck 50, getting a decent move on a percentage basis, but not getting love this year. S&Ps Now cross into the 39.40 handle. Must have some bias balances going into the close, but shrugging off that afternoon, late afternoon swoon and overnight swoon into, hey, we're right back up here in the mid 39.50 handle.
We'll see what happens there. It seems like it's definitely one of those days where we're getting a nice little move towards the close. One stock that caught my attention today was, hey, forget what Mitch said about First Solar, because this thing looked like it got charged up today. Who left on the sunlight? Because this is coming right back up to highs.
Oh boy, oh boy. And you got a quad top here, 173.68. I think you got room up to there. You're trading 171.10. Four highs in that area, not closing highs, not all time closing highs. We know this stock was higher, but I see some room up here, up into that area. A nice 3-day move, one of your better performers here in 2023. Someone said, what's going on with my NPH? NPH going in the opposite direction here, having an updated day, but not getting the love of First Solar. Undercut and rally the low after a extended losing streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-day losing streak. Snap today, a lower low, than a rebound above that low. If you have an appetite for risk, taking this stock at 230 area, leaning on that low from yesterday of 224 and a quarter. Actually, I said it had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-day losing streak. Well, it's more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Did I ever tell you about stocks never have 12-day losing streaks?
Well, never say never, right?
Wow, this thing is due for a rebound. First Solar leading the way, EMPH. We have SEDG, right?
Yep.
That got beat up. That's getting a little bounce. I want to be sleeping on these. Let's go broad based with your TAN. That's having a decent day. So we shall see. But keep an eye out that EMPH. It didn't move today, but maybe we'll get it tomorrow. Donkin Dave or Toronto Dave or whatever you guys are, if you're brothers or whatever, asking about the House of Mouse. Can this rally continue? Well, I'm not going to be the one to tell you that the rally is going to stop right here. Almost matching range days. 95.70. That kept a lid on it yesterday. 95.64 today. So you do have a double top, which is supported or resisted by another top right here at this area. So maybe get a little upgrade, a little positive move over the House of Mouse, and not much standing between this and $100. My next target would be 97.39, but quiet day, not going down. House of Mouse having a decent day. They're talking, yeah, we discussed the news about people going back to work. I don't know if that's bullish or bearish, but the street's liking it today. House of Mouse on the rebound.
And then let's go to oil stocks to just wrap up here, as we did get some news out today. U.S. total petroleum consumption to rise by 170,000 barrels a day to 20.44 million barrels a day in 2023. The previous forecast rise was 150,000 barrels a day. And then also, I just want to keep in mind, right, if China really is coming online, will we see more demand pickup for oil? And this could be the actual opposite of what we expected, right? If it's recession concerns, it should be demand going down, not demand increasing. So I just want to put that in perspective today. And you guys can see, like on a chart like XOM or maybe even the futures. I don't know if it shows it as much.
Yeah.
But the 12 o'clock kind of run there that started happening.
What I've seen so far this year in this short year is that these oil stocks, they can do what they want on their own, and they're really not that concerned about the actual price. You had an inside day here, really in no man's land as far as crude oil. An inside day, you don't get that very often in crude, but I noticed when crude got pounded earlier in the week, Exxon Mobil showed some life. Still struggling. We got a 6-star area up here at the 112 area. Tried to press it on Friday, got to 11.99. So Important to get up to 112 and clear 112, doing it on its own accord. Well, you got buyers into the close and you got buyers after the close lifting offers here. I'm not sure where that last print's going to be. It's going to be over 39.40. Current high 43.75. So shook off the early morning blues here, posted a new high for the rebound. Jerry scared people this morning, right? When he was talking, what was going to come out of his mouth.
I mean, he
But
didn't give too much. He didn't really give too much. So,
because you know what? You know what he should have said? Why don't y'all focus on Q4 earnings and get off my back? Because I can only do so much that I can do. He should get like really surly, like I do on this show, and talk back to people. Whatever. He raised rates. Rates are not, newsflash, rates are not going to 10% this year. Newsflash, we're not doing a pivot. Newsflash, you want rates to be steady and just, and you want tech stocks to stop going down. That's what they did today. So great job as always, Mitch. We'll be back tomorrow. Mish Snyder from Market Gauge, always an informed guest. She's going to talk about the modern family. She's going to talk about her outlook for 2023. And you just won't have to listen to all these male voices. Going to get some female opinions tomorrow. So everyone, have a good night and back with you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, team. Stick around. We got a little bit of some cannabis insider action coming up next.